Good evening, everyone. We will now begin the evening service of the Miroku Association headquarters, expressing our gratitude to God and Meishu-sama for blessings and protection received while participating in the construction of paradise on earth. Amatsu-Norito and Miroku Prayer, please stand. Taka ni kamuzumarimasu. Kamurogi kamuromi no mikoto mochite. Sumemi oya kamu izanagi no mikoto. Tsukushi no gimu kano tachi hana no. Odo no aagi harani. Misogi harai tamo utoki ni narimaseru. Araido no o kami tachi, moro moro no magakoto tsumi kegare o. Arai tamae kiyome tamae toma o sukoto no yoshio. Amatsu kami kunitsu kami ya o yorozu no kami tachi tomoni. Ame no fuchi koma no mimi furi tatete. Hikoshi meseto kashiko mi mo maosu. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Oshie miyoya nushi no kami, mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Oshie miyoya nushi no kami, mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Kannagara tamachi hae mase. Kannagara tamachi hae mase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truths given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei. May God and Meishu-sama bless you. We will now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teachings, God's instruments. Although we speak of love and compassion, our words, if not turned into deeds, are little more than wind blowing through the trees. We are only human. Therefore, let us not be quick to judge the actions of others as to whether they are right or wrong. The freedom of choice is God given. Let us never force our opinions on others or allow them to force their opinions on us. There are people who think and speak of others as being good or evil. Humans cannot know the good or evil, right or wrong in others. This wisdom belongs to the domain of God, who alone is able to judge. It is conceit that causes one to assume the right to pass judgment upon others. If there really is any evil among people, God will judge it. So there is no need for human concern. If there are some people who cannot believe this, it means they believe in human power more than in God's. Such individuals are victims of ego and misconception. We must always keep in mind that the Supreme God presides over all and will provide sterner and sterner warnings to those who have deviated from the right path so they may awaken to their mistakes and change. One of the wisest things any of us can do is to hold strictly to the injunction. Judge not lest you be judged, and to always be watchful of our own thoughts and deeds so that we do not make mistakes. We will have true understanding of God when we can lead God-centered lives in this way. Thank you all very much for attending this evening service and praying together for all those who are going through lots of purification, praying together for all our ancestors, and praying for our loved ones, but especially getting together to appreciate God and Meishu-sama for one more day, that we could live a life full of joy and with the objective of helping our fellow human beings. Thank you very much. This coming Sunday, very important announcement. It's very special. We will be celebrating Meishu-sama's birthday. We will have our Meishu-sama's birthday service. Meishu-sama's birthday is December 23rd, but we will celebrate on the first Sunday of this month of December, this coming Sunday, December 5th, here at our national headquarters. You are all invited. This is a very important day. That's when we get together, we say thank you, Meishu-sama, and we renew our commitment of being someone useful to God and Meishu-sama. You're all invited. So, I just need another 3-4 more minutes with you so that we can continue our study of the teachings of Meishu-sama. As we heard the teachings today, when Meishu-sama talks about God being God's instrument, but this morning we had a very beautiful teaching that I would like to convey to you, which is called also God's instrument, where Meishu-sama says that let us do our best in both the horizontal and vertical aspects of our work. Our Izunome symbol, the symbol, a logo of our organization created by Meishu-sama, has 2 lines. One vertical line and the other horizontal line. The vertical line, I would say it's like that connects, it's a line that connects us human beings with the divine, us with God. And this horizontal line with, that connects human being to another fellow man. Huh? So we have the vertical and the horizontal. And Meishu-sama says, channeling of God's light, that would be these vertical lines. Huh? When we channel Johrei, we are acting in this aspect of vertical line. Huh? And when we are living the teachings of Meishu-sama, that is the horizontal line. So when we live the teachings, when we practice those teachings in our daily lives, that's the work of horizontal life. Meishu-sama says, as God's instrument, our difficulties, yeah, no matter how great, how big is our difficulty, they are endured with patience as we continue to serve in His divine work. With trust in God, we need not burden ourselves with regrets over past mistakes or undue worries about the future. And trust in God. Believe that He's always working with us. He is with us. And try to not to be attached to the past mistakes. Meishu-sama says, from a spiritual point of view, worry is a form of bondage. Huh? Worry it is actually a form of bondage. It keeps you in a mental prison. You are limited because you're so worried. Worry is the opposite of trust. If you worry too much, that means you don't trust that God is taking care of things. Worry exerts an unfavorable influence, a very negative influence upon the outcome of things. Worry hinders God's helping, protective hands. God wants to protect us, but every time when you become worried about things, that's when you are interfering in God's work. He knows what He's doing. So let's try not to worry too much. Meishu-sama says, the more unrestrained worry, the more you worry, the more it blocks, it stops the divine guidance. When you begin to think too much about something that you should give it, leave in God's hands, but you're so much worried about it, instead of being able to listen to God's guidance, it blocks because of this worry. We often prevent our own success because of this. Almost everyone has experienced an intense desire at one time or other for something that seems unattainable, that you cannot reach. There's always a situation that you think, oh, I really want to have that. I really would like to achieve that goal. And you become so worried about this. But after detaching from this desire, after despairing of it and releasing it in God's hands, unexpectedly, things happen. It comes to pass. Now, the same can be applied when you give Johrei. When an attempt is made to help someone, anxiety comes instead of trust. That can delay the process. That can retard the progress when you become too anxious. The best way is to just be calm and believe and trust that God is working. Johrei is this divine, it's a manifestation of divine energy transmitted through one individual to another for spiritual healing. That's what Johrei is. So we are just a channel. So just relax and channel. And let the work of God, his helping hands, protective hands, work through. Uh, Because when Johrei is giving in a true spirit of prayer, when Johrei is given in this true spirit of prayer, without excessive concern by the giver, that person, that family, they begin to experience unexpectedly results. Just because you stopped worrying and you started to rely and leave it in God's hands. So, the teaching for today, the message for today, I would say, let's trust in God and believe in His helping hands. That will be always and is always with all of us. With this, I would like to thank you all very much, and I wish you all a very good evening. And this brings to a conclusion our evening service. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and have a blessed evening.